There you go, that was enthusiastic, wasn't it? That's the theme of this video, enthusiasm, because today is a big day for me, but I'll talk about that in a moment. If you've been following my video journey on YouTube over the past X number of years, you'll have heard me talk about size before, because size matters. By this, I mean print sizes. I did a video about this before, and I remember talking about things like the this is the Marvel Pocketbook series. This is Deathlock the Destroyer. No, it isn't. It's Deathlock the Demolisher. Smooth, well done. And how it's a smaller print size. It's pocketbook size. If you've got big pockets, it's a lot smaller than a standard comic book. Well, there you go. This is an issue of Robin from back in today. And as you can see, smaller. It's smaller than a standard trade paperback size as well, of which I've got many here, so I'm going to reach for one and hope I don't bring anything down around me. Let's have a look. Here is America Chavez, made in the USA. Relatively standard trade paperback size. Smaller. And I quite like these. I quite like the idea of them. I've got a number of them. I bought a lot of them from eBay. I bought a job lot of them. I think there was 11 or 12 in the job lot. And I bought them because, well, basically I wanted them. I've seen them around for a couple of quid as well. And I like them. They're in colour. There you go, look. They're in colour. It's collections of stories, self-contained collections. There's things like, you know, there's classics like Days of Future Past in this format as well. And like I say, I really like it as a format. It's easy to pick up. It takes up very little space. It's clear enough to read. And both Marvel and DC have updated this style recently. For DC, I think, do compact editions of a bunch of their stories. So there's classics like Kingdom Come. There's things that I don't particularly know. I think there's a Static one and there's a Green Lantern one that I don't know. But again, I like the idea. It's not glossy paper. This is quite decent quality paper. The DC compact editions appear to be printed on something that's a step up from the older type of paper that you would find in a trade paperback graphic novel. Not like newspaper quality, but just a bit higher. Marvel do a similar thing as well. I think it's not called Premier Editions. It's something like that, though. They've released some of their classic stories. Daredevil, Born Again, Civil War, that type of thing. So, you know, it's still quite... compact sizes are still quite popular. And I think more so because of things like manga. So, leaning towards that manga comic book size. You've got your manga sizes, which, you know, I mean, this is Volume 1 of High School of the Dead, which cost me 30p, and that's the only reason I've got it, is because it was 30p, compared to the Pocketbook. Slightly smaller than Pocketbook, but then you've got things like Death Note, the Black Edition, Volume 1 and 2, saw the manga of this, the anime of this, as a series, really, really good, really enjoyed it. Took me a while to watch, though. Again, bigger than my Marvel Pocketbook edition there, but still compact. So why am I talking about this again, I hear you ask? Well, it's because of something what I bought recently. Back into 80s and 90s, I'm lying there, between 1979 and 1991, there was a DC Thompson series called Starblazer. Now, I'm going to describe it by saying it's the science fiction equivalent of Commando. The thing is, if you don't know what Commando is, it doesn't mean anything to you. So I will show you not a copy of Commando, because that was War Stories and I don't have those. Look at that. Again, let's use our comparison. Pocketbook. 14 by 18 centimetres, these. And they were released initially monthly, and then they dropped to fortnightly. Each of them is a broadly self-contained. There were some recurring characters, recurring worlds, but broadly self-contained story in black and white. And I now have 120 copies of this. Why do I have 120 copies of this, I hear you ask, hopefully? because I got them on eBay for what I consider to be a song. No, I didn't sing for them, I paid money for them, but yeah, it's just a phrase. And I see them every so often as job lots, and it's the job lot that interests me, because the individual issues, I've seen eBayers sell them for £1, £2, £3, more than that, you know. And then when you add the price of the cost of posting on them, it's like, okay, you're paying £1 for it, and then £2 for package and posting. It's £3. I'm not paying £3 for them for a single issue. Not that desperate to get hold of a set. So when I see a job lot of them, I keep an eye on them, and unfortunately, job lots tend to sell for decent money. Yeah, I've seen them go for triple figures. This set of 120 didn't go for triple figures at all. Didn't go for anywhere near triple figures, which is why I was so happy to get them. And I remember reading these when I was much younger. They were relatively inexpensive. They were pocket money prices, which helped immensely. In fact, I think they started out at like 12p, and towards the end of the run, this is issue 281, no, 280. There was one issue after this, and then they stopped making them. 35p again, pocket money prices. When pocket money used to be £1 a week, if you were lucky. And I love that type of thing. Now these, in the UK we had a weird thing, because even though American comic books were this, you know, this particular size, we didn't go for that. Oh no. Yeah, so while Americans had this, it wasn't unusual for us to see, thanks to London editions, things that were A4 in size. This is an issue of Shockwave. I got all 4 issues of this. I remember wondering as a kid what happened to it, because I stopped reading it. The reason I stopped reading it was there were only 4 issues, and this was the first place that I ever saw any work by Neil Gaiman, any work by Grant Morrison. You know, Animal Man was in this, Hellblazer, Black Orchid. Published in colour, you know. Pretty damn good. 95p though, that's most of your pocket money gone in most cases. I remember reading Batman. They did a Batman series, they did a Superman series, both of which went more than 4 issues. So this set is 120 issues of a 281 book series. It's an anthology series, so it's not like I have to own them all in order to enjoy them. When it started, just again, if we look at the evolution of it, when it started, now I don't have issue 1. The earliest issue I have is issue 48, King Robot. Colour front page, well, colour front cover, black and white back cover with a bit of, you know, like fact stuff on it. This just says the reusable spacecraft, the space shuttle, was first tested in August 1977. Astronauts Fred Hayes and Gordon Fullerton flew the shuttle Orbiter Enterprise on the first of 5 approach and landing test flights over California. There we go, that's good. They had other themes, and like I say, on the inside, all black and white. What I love about these is they're written by writers who would go on to have bloody good careers. You know, amongst the writers, you'd have names I know from Judge Dredd, Mike McMahon, you know, Grant Morrison, Cam Kennedy, John Ridgway, I think wrote for John Smith, probably as well. Yeah, so these writers would go on to have impressive careers. Not that these weren't impressive, they absolutely were. So going back to my point, yes, so colour, front page, bit of information on the back, not related to the story, admittedly, it was just you know, like just a thing. But then at some point, issue 168, where is it? This is thrilling content for you all, isn't it? I'm looking. Oh, in fact, look, this is the box that they're in. They didn't come in these boxes. I found these boxes in a local branch of. It's a shop called Hit Home Bargains, and I bought one of them one day earlier on this week. Thought this will be fine. Couldn't fit them all in one box or in 2 boxes. Went back and got a second one. They don't have lids. They do have lids in the shop. I just didn't need the lid. But yeah, so by 168 Timesley, wrap around covers. Still black and white on the inside. Look, there we go, still black and white. But wrap around covers. Some of these have got. Right, I'm going to show you the front of this. Here we go. Let's see if the camera will pick it up. Front of it looks fine. Back of it has a textured surface, and it's not been printed like that, and it's not consistent on all of them. But in my mind, I'm thinking, it's asbestos. It's not asbestos, because I'm assuming it's not asbestos. I'm assuming it's, you know, I mean, it's something that shouldn't be there. I'm hoping it's not mould. It could be mould. It doesn't flake off when I brush them. But, you know, when you're thinking, because I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, could be mould, who can say? But yes, so I've got these. And they were a gift to me. Not that I needed a reason to buy them. I saw them and sold them, go for a price. And I thought I'll get them. And I'm going to go on to why in a moment. Why I've decided it's a gift for me in order to justify them. So why am I doing a video today? Why is it all pre-planned, and why am I here? I feel I need a costume change. That's better. This is shirt. It doesn't fit me anymore. It used to fit me. Now it's a bit snug around the middle. It won't fasten around the middle, because now I weigh 12 stone 12. No, I don't. I've lost weight. I weigh 12 stone 8. I'm down from 12, which is a reason to celebrate in itself, but not the reason I'm wearing this fancy shirt. The reason I'm wearing this fancy shirt is 20 subscribers. Thank you. I would like more than 20 subscribers, but 20 subscribers is a start, as was 10 subscribers, as was 1 subscriber in all honesty, because who is watching this absolute bobbins? So yeah, I have had 20 subscribers for a few weeks now, admittedly, and I thought I wanted to do something about it, but didn't have anything to do about the 20 subs, and I didn't just want to come on here and do a thank you video, because, you know, I'm not simping. Then these arrived, my copies of Starblazer. Space Ghost. I need to put that back in the right place now. 111, there we go. Yeah, so I'm happy with those. There's a few other things I wanted to say. Oh yes, the other reason. So yes, 20 subs, thank you. Really happy with that, but I need a costume change. What was I saying? Oh yes, other reason. Costume change. Look at this Nazi Top Man jacket here. I don't wear this enough, so I've got the shirt, Top Man jacket, copies of Starblazer, The Termination. I'm going to start doing that in a moment. Not only have I now got 20 subs, but it's my birthday. Just to explain, right, this video has been pre-planned to release on my birthday. So when I'm actually filming this, it isn't my birthday. Imagine I have a giant cake in my hands. That might be the thumbnail, who can say? Actually, that's a good one, that, yeah. But yeah, so I thought I would come back on and just thank you for 20 subs, wish myself a happy birthday, show off those issues of Starblazer, compare them to other things that we've seen so we can continue my theme of size matters. It doesn't really. I just like the idea of these compact things. For those wondering, I don't just buy these and put them on a shelf. They will go on a shelf, obviously. These will live in this room. I don't know where yet. I will read them because I enjoy this type of thing. I enjoy anthology stories. I think if you follow me on my main Instagram account, you'll have seen that I occasionally talk about anthologies and short story collections and how much I enjoy them, because unlike reading a novel, you can just dip in, read for 20 minutes and you're done with a story. Whereas with a novel, if you read for 20 minutes, sometimes you're barely even done with a chapter. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll catch you all again later. Like, share, subscribe, and that's it.